And speaking of what Nsima said, it's like there was a woman that like doing what you said versus doing what you're supposed to do, doing versus like what the person actually does, right? There was a woman that she was calling in on Leo's show, and she was like sort of outing this coach, saying like what the protocols were and whatever, and she talked about her own protocols. So then her ex-boyfriend, this is amazing, I love shit like this, goes online and says like, look, I can't just let this sit here.
You're very gossipy, boy.
Yeah, I know. But it, like this girl, he's like, this girl who's saying all this bad stuff about this coach, I was with her during this prep. She was doing LSD and Xanax and a ton of other things during her prep. And that's probably why her drug protocols were so damn aggressive, because she wasn't doing anything she was actually supposed to be doing, and she was partying the whole time. Therefore, holding too much water. Therefore, the coach is like, what the hell's going on with you? We got to strip more water off of you. And the coach gets more aggressive because he just wants the person to win and sort of like validate what he does. So it becomes this like cat and mouse thing. And it's like, I think if people are going to have a coach, they really need to listen to him. I think if they have drugs on a protocol that they look at and they don't know what they are, they need to spend, 3 to 5 days, like literally researching that chemical. I mean, there's millions of videos and articles and
it doesn't even matter though, like how much research an individual does. It's not you're not going to understand all the fucking complicated interactions that happen in your body when you're putting these drugs in yourself. So at the end of the day, when you're going and you're like, this is what I want to do, and you hire somebody who's going to give you a bunch of drugs, you should understand there's a chance that my health could be in major fucking danger.
Yeah. Well, that and that goes to the education, is like, if you educate yourself on it, then you can ask those questions, right? And so that the first part of it is like, I just think people don't know anything about what they're taking at all. And if they knew a little bit, then they could ask those questions. But I think you're right. Like the whole idea of coaching, and the whole idea of coaching women, to me, men coaching women,
with drugs involved.
It's like, disgustingly predatory. In my opinion, like I think it's gross.
Tell me, what do you mean by that? I'm curious about that.
Most of the times we've seen it be a little shady.
I just see most of the times the guys want to bang the girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I can't say that about all the coaches. I know that that's not true. I know there's a lot of great coaches out there that coach women. It's a little weird to me when a photographer or a coach only wants to coach women. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, okay, that's a little weird.
I get it.
I see a lot. I mean, look, I've been at Gold's Gym in Venice for over 20 years, so I've seen a lot of
shit. Girls are always like, no, it's not a big deal. He's not like that. And you're like,
I mean, most of the trainers, just to say predatory, most of the trainers I see at Gold's Gym, not most of them, a lot of them walk around with their female clients with like their hand on their back. Like, this is mine, like
so
that
I'm
kind
happy
of thing.
that all the women I work with are online.
Yeah.
I work with the majority of men, but everyone's online. So
yeah, they're all online. And so I think there's a predatory aspect to it that can come in, not all the time, like I said, but it's there.
Yeah, sometimes I see some weird shit, like you touching her like that. That's your client,
sir. Yeah,
sir. Or like, you didn't do it to the 65-year-old guy you were training.
I mean, I had a my girlfriend at the time, Lauren. She competed several times, and every guy was a pervert. Every person she interacted with. Besides,
including yourself.
Besides, maybe like she worked a little bit with Charles Glass, who was always great and always a gentleman,
Yeah.
But there's not a whole lot of them,